Time now for Great Day Food. I love ribs, but you know, I feel like they're an undertaking that I just don't want to undertake.
But maybe they don't have to be.
Really?
Chef Plum is showing us how to make easy oven ribs that he says come out perfect every time. Maybe perfect for National Barbecue Day today.
Absolutely. Listen, Scott, ribs are one of my favorite things to eat too, but we don't always have all this time or a big grill outside. I reckon it's grilling season. We're there. It's beautiful, unless we're doing it today because it's going to be thunderstormy, right? Is that what I heard?
Right.
But let's still make delicious ribs and put them in the oven. That's the easiest way to do it, I think, and they come out absolutely delicious every single time. It's not rocket science. So the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to about 350, 375. If it's convection, and you guys know what convection is, that little fan that spins in the back, what that does is it takes the heat and kind of makes it swirl like this in the oven. And when it swirls, it cooks a little more evenly, a little more quickly. So I go 350, or if it's convection, if it's not convection, go 400. It's really not that big of a deal. You're going to test them along the way anyway. So that's the one thing you want to do ahead of time. Let's talk a little bit about ribs now. Now, what I've got here, I'll show you just over here. I've got a delicious, you guys can see those? Look at that, delicious. Yeah. These are St. Louis style ribs, okay? We're going to do a little rib anatomy, okay? So we're going to come back to the main camera here. I'm going to use myself as a mannequin for you. It's going to be a little weird. I apologize ahead of time, Scott. So let's talk about St. Louis style ribs. They come from the back of the animal, right back here by the spine, right? They tend to be a little fattier, a little bit bigger, but that means more flavor because fat equals flavor. Baby back ribs come right from the back. I did it backwards, sorry. Baby back ribs come from back here, have less fat, where the St. Louis style ribs come from right here by the chest plate. They connect right to the chest bones. They have more fat. They're more delicious. I like to use St. Louis style ribs. I think they taste better. That's what we have right here. Let's get it started. So we got this beautiful rack of ribs here. I'm going to flip this guy over, and you see the back here. It's got the that little white fat color back there. We'll take our knife. I just poke a few holes in that along the ribs like this. This helps the flavor get in there easier. Poke it right in there, and then I take my knife and just drag it across one time like that. That's the hardest part, right? So that splits this little spot here to let that flavor get in there. That's what we want to do. Now, I'm going to move this aside for a second. In order to do this, we've got to have a great rib. We're going to do a great rub on here. Let's do a dry rub, right? So we're going to add a little salt. I use about a couple tablespoons of salt, just like this. I'm going to use about a tablespoon or so of garlic powder right in there. Just garlic powder. Don't use garlic salt because you've already got salt in there. I've got a little bit of celery seed. Now, celery seed, what this does is it makes it taste a little bit more umami, gets that little like mouth-watering flavor in there. It doesn't make it taste like celery, so don't be afraid of that. And then if you have a little Cajun seasoning or a blackening powder, put a few dashes of that in there as well. And then finally, a few cranks of fresh ground black pepper. Now, you don't want to use like that pre-ground stuff, because I think I've said it before, like that stuff can be kind of old. It could have been ground 15 years ago and left in the store. You don't want to do that. So now we've got this in here. Let's give it a little spin around here. And now, this is a really technical question, Kara. Are you ready? I'm going to see if you got this.
Okay.
Why do you think they call it a rub? Why is it called a rub?
Because you're going to rub it on the ribs.
Hey, right? Listen, us chefs, we're good at eating and talking. That's about it. So we've got to keep it simple. So I'm going to take this mixture here. I'm going to sprinkle it on here. I've got this on a sheet pan on a nice big piece of foil. My foil is about a couple of inches off on each side so I can fold it over. I'm going to rub this in with my hands, pressing that down. Don't be afraid to press it. It's okay to get a little meat on your hands. We're going to wash our hands here in just a second anyway. I'm going to flip this guy over like this. Right? These are so delicious. I'm telling you, you're going to be so impressed with this. Then sprinkle that on there again, right? Put that rub on there. Salt, that garlic, that celery, and that salt starts to tenderize a little bit too, which is kind of nice. There we go. Now, wash my hands. And once we've got it nice and seasoned like that, what we want to do is we're going to make a little pouch for it, right? Remember, our oven is at about 350, 400 degrees, depending whether it's convection or not. I don't have a towel, use paper towels. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this guy up in a little pouch, just like this. So I'm going to fold this over on one side here. Fold this over on one side here. I'm going to take it over. It doesn't have to close perfectly, okay? What we're doing is just kind of creating that little steam in there, just like that. Look how perfect that is. Easy. Now I'm going to put this into the oven, right? It's going to take about an hour and a half or so. You want to pull it out halfway. You want to pull it out about an hour and a half. Check it. See how tender it feels. I don't want them falling off the bone. Like that's just crazy talk. We want them tender to where you bite them, they come off gently. You don't have to put a lot of force behind it. Let me show you. So I've got these here that I finished up a little while ago. Let me move this cutting board over. All right, here we go. Look at these guys here. We'll flip this over, open up our little pouch here. Look at this. Oh my gracious. It's like opening a present here. So I'm going to leave these guys on this foil, just like this. I'm going to take a little bit of any barbecue sauce you got, your favorite barbecue sauce. We're just going to start to brush it on there. All right. Again, that oven is still on that 350, 400. That's we want to leave it there, right? So there we go. Brush it like this. We're going to flip this guy over, and then we're going to hit it again with the barbecue sauce, just like this. You want to put this back in your oven for about 15 minutes or so. And let me tell you something. These ribs, we'll just take them off. I'll show you right here. Come off the bone beautifully. They're not falling off. It's not messy. Here, watch this. Check this out. This is unbelievable. Are you kidding me? Come on. Ribs out of the oven. Look at that. Holy mackerel.
Wow.
Come on
Nice.
now.
Nice.
Easy in the oven. It does take a little time.
But it's all
that
hands
time
off.
makes it
That's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Give them a try. They're absolutely delicious. I think you'll love them.
Oh my gosh,
Barbecue
that looks
day.
amazing.
It really does look, oh, yum. All right, you're invited anytime, Chef Plum, with your dishes.
We're a mouthful. Thank you so much. Oven ribs, pizza cake, special National Barbecue Day when it's raining outside.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you, Chef Plum. We appreciate your time. What's coming up Thursday? Anything good on Seasons?
Oh, absolutely. Season is going to be fantastic, but even better, we have restaurant road trip. Sorry, I'm swallowing ribs. The restaurant road trip is this Thursday. We're at one of our favorite restaurants in the planet. We're in Stratford at Ord Oak with the legendary Connecticut chef, Dan Cardos. And you got to watch to the end because I try to take a nap and he likes to wake me up in a very chef-like way.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Chef.